Welcome to More Than Mindset, the only podcast that bridges the gap between spirituality and success. Go beyond the mind with clarity and confidence coach Kim Guillory and learn how to integrate your passion to serve with your skills and experience to create a business you love. Let's get started.
Hello and welcome back to the show. Guys, I've decided I'm going to make these next few episodes short, some little quickies, power-packed as I did the last few. Let me know what you think. You can send an email or you can let me know in the More Than Mindset Facebook group. If you are not following, definitely come on over there. We discuss the podcast every week and keep the dialogue going, see what the takeaways are. And I also want to encourage you to share this with your friends. If this has been valuable to you and you think someone else can use it, help me with my mission, which is to reach millions of people with the message and the tools of personal transformation and self-healing. So do me a favor, you a favor, and the world a favor, and help me get this out to more people, maybe leaving a review or just sharing it with friends. So this week, I am talking about discipline, the power of discipline, the benefits of discipline. Exactly what is discipline and how do I do discipline? How's that for you? So let's just first start off with what is the definition? It is the practice of training people to obey rules or code of behavior using punishment to correct disobedience. So it is really about controlled behavior. That's what is attained. It's an activity or experience that provides mental or physical training, also a branch of knowledge, typically one studied in higher education. But this is how I want to share what I have learned about discipline. Discipline is a decision. It is basically something that you do on repeat. You decide and do. In order to control the behavior or create a new learned behavior so that you can create new results. So if discipline is a practice, and it is a practice that you decide to do every day, then it's kind of like growing a muscle, right? The more you train it, the stronger it gets. It's like training your brain. Asking questions to your brain. How can I be more disciplined? What would be a good disciplined practice to attain the results that I want? So discipline is a great resource or a great tool to use in order to improve your business. Also, your relationships. Think about marriage. Don't you think staying married is a discipline? It's like you definitely have to use discipline, right? There's sometimes you want to quit, but when you're committed and you make the decision, right? There's the decision on repeat. And it might look like making that decision every day or multiple times a day to stay married, to continue to work on this relationship, to figure it out. And I'm not saying you have to. I'm just using that as an example. Because as far as I'm concerned, I'm for she who wants to stay or wants to go. But I want you to see how discipline, how to control one's own behavior, one's own self, in order to stay in a commitment that is important and valuable for you. It's how do we continue practicing the decide and do every single day? It requires discipline. It requires to make that decision again and again so that you can become stronger at doing it. It becomes easier. So what are the benefits of discipline? First of all, I grew in self-confidence, also in certainty and self-trust. My performance improved, my performance at work. I got clearer on what I wanted to create because discipline or having a disciplined practice gave me structure. It gave me a foundation. It gave me a path so that I knew where I was going and what step I needed to take next to get there. It's really, let me just share with you a little bit about my disciplined practice that I do every single morning. I've been doing this for years, and then I finally created it into a digital course. So that is available. If you're interested, you can just send an email and say, I'm interested in the digital course, and I will give you access to it. So I do this process called jamming. And so the actual steps to it are success strategy steps. And it's a disciplined practice. It's something that I have to decide to do every day. So there we go, the decision on repeat again, right? And I'm going to just spell out the whole process for you. The first step is J for journal. I just dump whatever's on my mind, and whatever is like bouncing around in my subconscious comes out of the pen onto the paper so that I can be aware of it. The second step is I turn around whatever that subconscious thought is that's not working for me. I reframe it into something that I want to work for me, which is an affirmation. And so once I notice that my subconscious is not working in favor of my desired results, then I turn it around and I pivot and I solidify the pivot with an affirmation, a phrase. I am in the process of, I am doing this now, right? I do it all in, my affirmations are all in present tense. The third is an M for meditation. I do a 20-minute meditation every single day. You can do 10 to 20 minutes, depending on where you are in your practice. And for this particular discipline, I'm done in an hour. So just know that this might feel a little bit short for you. But so I journal, affirmation, meditation, and then a 30-minute movement. I move my body every day. So within an hour upon waking up, I wake up before the sun comes up. So I beat the sun up. And one of the main reasons for that is I want to beat my brain up, because once my brain is awake, it's undisciplined itself. It wants to make excuses and think that I'm going to go and work out later, or I'm going to get out of bed later, and whatever it is. I don't give myself even a shot at that happening. I beat my brain up by getting up before the sun comes up. So I don't give it a chance, because once I'm awake, I am one heck of a beast, right? And so wake up before the sun, journal, affirmation, meditation, 30 minutes of movement. And then the I is for intention. What is your intention? And is your intention, this could be where you write down your actual goal or what it is that you want to achieve. Is your intention aligned with your integrity? Is it someone else's intention? Because this is basically your why, and it has to be very powerful for you to remain in the disciplined practice. And so if your intention is to not work the 9 to 5 so that you can be home with your kids and not miss their ball games, and your intention is to make $50,000 a year in order to do that, then be very careful that you're not looking at someone else's intention of making $5 million when that's not aligned with your integrity. That's not what's important to you, right? So you want to make sure that you're in integrity. You're writing that down. You're writing it on paper. And then the N is for nourish. You want to nourish your mind, body, and soul. You listen to podcasts or books or things that are inspiring and motivating. You read stories about people who have done the things that you want to do. It could look like reading scripture. It's like, what are you putting into your mind? And then your body, what are you feeding yourself? Making sure it's 70 to 90% plant-based, because you want vibrant, healthy foods that are alive so that you can thrive and be vibrant. And nourishing the soul, for me personally, is a practice of connecting source and self. And so it's like this divine essence that's God, Holy Spirit, Jesus, whatever your particular prayer is, connected to self, who is you, your soul essence. And so whenever you have that connection with self and source, whatever that source is to you, and you are in a state of wholeness, then you will also be in a state of calmness, and you will make decisions that are working for you. The last letter is G. So we've done Jammin. G is for greatness. And the way to live a great life, like we say, jamming for greatness, is to attain your goals with gratitude. So what does that look like, attaining your goals with gratitude? It means being in the moment, whatever it looks like. So sometimes attaining our goals is flopping around like a fish, right? Trying to figure things out. Maybe it's sitting in fear, like I am right now. I'm highly invested in my organization. I'm building something I've never seen done before. And so I've invested in someone to help me do that. And it doesn't always feel good. But luckily, as you've heard on the last couple of weeks of the podcast, you can see I'm working towards something. I know the recipe for courage. And so I have my goal. I'm in gratitude, even for the mess, even for the fear, because I know fear plus action equals courage. And if I am courageous and I continue to take courageous steps, disciplined steps, a practice that I can work with every day, then I know I'm going to eventually grow confidence. And that confidence is going to take me to the finish line. So, talking about the benefits of self-confidence, certainty, tenacity, and trust, and improved performance. So why wouldn't you want to practice discipline? Why wouldn't you want to decide and do it? Why wouldn't you want to set time aside on your calendar right before the sun comes up? It takes 1 hour of your day. I guarantee if you do this every day, you will have amazing results because we get stronger at taking steps towards what we want. And then we're grateful for the journey. And then we're reaching the goals. And then we're having a great life. That's jamming for greatness. And it does require discipline. It requires a decision. And like I said, I believe discipline is basically a decision that we make, and it's a decision on repeat so that we can control behavior, because behavior is learned. And so what if you chose to control your behavior, to practice it until it became your norm, and then you'll attain the new perception, the new identity, the person who does what they say they're going to do, a person that you can trust, that's in high performance, that's living a vibrant life. What do you say? Are you in? Do you want to do it? I'm going to be offering a jamming for greatness. I guess we'll call it a challenge where we do this together, where I'll do a daily meditation and I'll come on and have conversation about the different things that I do and what you can try. So just keep your ears peeled, listen, watch, come into the More Than Mindset group, send me an email. This is something that I practice every single day. So I would like to take a few of you on the journey and see the results that you attained. What I know from my practice for myself and for my clients is that it takes about 28 days to change a habit, right? Just to change the behavior, to be aware of it, and then to transition. So first you have to know what you do. And then you transition by pivoting on a regular basis, like just like this. You make that decision every single day to be disciplined. You keep making the decision every single day for about 30 days. And then you have a habit, and then you want to embody the new identity. So you want to acclimate to this new way of being so that it becomes the norm. So these are the benefits of a disciplined practice or having discipline in your life. Guys, you know this if you run or if you go to the gym, or like I'm saying about staying married. If you want to stay married, it's going to require some discipline. I promise you, there's nothing like trying to get along with another human being every single day. That's tough stuff. But through that practice, you get better at performance. You get better at doing it. And then you get used to each other and you learn how to communicate, right? But that all comes through first, the form of discipline, the decision on repeat so that you can control, maintain, or learn new behaviors and habits that are going to give you the results that you want. That's what I got for you this week. If you enjoyed this, please share it. Let me know, send me an email, let me know how it's going. And also let me know how you like these being a little bit shorter. All right, until next week.
Thanks for listening to this episode of More Than Mindset.